The first movie I ever saw, my dad brought home this TV, which was all guts and tubes and, no cabinet, and it was a round screen. And occasionally TV would be on. And in and around wrestling matches with Antonino Rocca,
you'll see things executed that you've never seen before in your life.
They would once in a while show a movie. And the first movie that I ever saw was Thief of Baghdad.
This is the land of legend, where everything is possible when seen through the eyes of youth.
When I was first allowed to go see movies alone, they were rerunning all the old famous monsters of Filmland, all the old Universal films. And when I first saw The Mummy, I was disappointed because there was no mummy. There's no mummy in The Mummy.
If I could get my hands on you, I'd break your dried flesh to pieces.
It was the Christopher Lee Mummy that impressed me more. I love the idea of this dead thing that just sort of slowly keeps coming. I guess that's why my zombies will always be a little slower than Zack Snyder's.
Night of the Living Dead.
What people have read into Night of the Living Dead is not necessarily anything that I had set out to do. I didn't understand the power of the film. I mean, it's really only the last sort of 10, 15 minutes where I was actually trying to emulate newsreels, make it look verite, and make it resemble the kind of newsreels that we were seeing. It was rioting again in the ghettos and this new war. And when we cast Dwayne Jones in the lead role, I was much less sensitive than he was to the power of that.
Good shot.
In those days, cities the size of Pittsburgh had film laboratories, and so we were actually able to finish the film, and we were driving it to New York to see if anyone wanted to show it. And that night, on the radio in that car, we heard that King had been shot.
Dr. Martin Luther King, the apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee.
And then all of a sudden, this film became that much more powerful.
The rebellions that have been occurring around the cities of this country is just lights up to what is about to happen.
When Night of the Living Dead first started getting noticed, I said, wow, man, I mean, if I'm gonna do another one of these, I don't wanna just go do a sequel and have men with guns shooting zombies. So I need an idea.
All the citizens are being rounded up. We've got to get them together in a central area. That'll solve the communications problem and check any possible spread of the virus.
I always like to find the idea first.
I'd like to be normal. I just have a sickness. The only way I can survive is by drinking blood.
I've always tried to find some reason for making the films that I make and tried to put some sort of real ingredients into it. I look for something other than just the surface story. It's just that this is my sort of ticket to ride. I make zombie movies, okay. That's the disaster that we're dealing with here right now.
Last time anyone counted, 53 million people were dying every year. 150,000 every day, 107 every minute.
I think there's a tremendous amount of anger which has nothing to do with the disaster itself.
It had become an us versus them world. All we were looking for was a place where there was no them.
I'm amazed, actually, that more people that work in fantasy and horror don't use it as metaphor. It's shocking to me.
You want your fortune told.
We want to see what our life is going to be like.
I was just sort of trying to move the marker, It's why I do what I do.
I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm fighting the dragon. I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein.
I'm just a sorry guy. I'm the Goremeister.
You don't want to fuck with me. Because when you fuck with me,
you're dead.
I'm fucking at the best.
Happy Father's Day.